Hey everybody, clearing. Okay, this is going to be a divine masculine check-in, and all morning I'm just feeling, how does it feel to be the divine masculines bringing their authenticity to the surface and beginning to show that most authentic, true self to the feminine as these journeys unfold. So thank you, Divine Creator, for using me as a channel for only the highest, most beneficial information coming through. What can we see for these divine masculines and how they feel their own evolution towards emotional availability, authenticity? What is it like for them on the journey? Oh, something just flew out. What was that? A couple of cards. Oh, the Lovers and transformation. So they are now believing. I heard their faith to align with this layer of love that they have been skeptical to believe in the past. I just saw 111. Yeah, so what can we see for these masculines from inside out? What's going on within them? What are the emotions associated with this unveiling of true self into the connection, into this life, into their reality? All right, so we're going to my messages or my questions here. What's on these masculines' minds about the connection, or that they would like to know? Bravest moment for you in our connection. So they want to know where you've had to bring yourself to the forefront. So maybe take a moment, feminines, and really feel into, pardon me, when there has been a time when you might have felt the nerves and done it anyways, or I'm just seeing a tiny little alpine flower bravely blossoming in the inclement weather and giving it their all anyways. So yeah, beautiful imagery. So that does mean that it's quite brave for these masculines to be coming forward. I've got a little bit of a cough today. Sorry, everybody, in advance if that interferes. Okay, so let's get into this. Oh, don't forget to like and subscribe. I'm getting up there to 20,000. I'm going to be giving away, I think, a 3-session coaching package once I get to 20,000. So if you want to be part of that and have an intensive one-on-one like this, subscribe, and let's get it going. Okay, so masculines, how does it feel within these connections consciously to be bringing yourself? The Lover's card, right? And 5 of Swords. Okay, it's all in how you look at it. Dare to believe. It changes everything when we're no longer coming from a skeptical perspective and we're actually believing in the depth, the breadth, the hope, the truth, when we're trusting. So they're seeing that it makes a difference. What goes around comes around. So what they put out there, what they invest energetically, is the experience they receive from this connection. So they are grateful to God. I just heard, because you are someone that aligns with this higher love. And so they're safe to experience that. In karmic connections, it was one-sided because they were on the path of this higher love, but they just were not seeing that same integrity, character, compassion from the other person, not like you. And so instead of looking at you like all the others, they're seeing, when they look for whether someone has this alignment with higher love or not, they see you having that. Let me reword that. When they just sort of willy-nilly hope, and go blindly into connections because of lust or physical attraction, it's a mixed bag. Even within a connection with a particular individual. But when they're looking for the evidence of the higher love and bringing that to the forefront from first person, these masculines see where they can cultivate more of it instead of being rocked at sea if it's not there, and where they can greatly appreciate you because they have the eyes to see you being in that alignment, which causes trust and safety and proof that this is divine. What is the emotion coming out? Happiness. I'm aware that being happy means I'm on the right path. There are certain things that they have perpetuated an unhappy energy in past relationships, even projecting into this one. What's coming up next? Wheel of Fortune. So they are awaiting divine timing. Their happiness, them doing the inner work to find what would make them happy, if the sky was the limit, what they would want to bring into connection. So they get to cultivate, prune out certain character flaws, defense mechanisms that no longer serve, no longer applicable, are obsolete in a connection like this. Sorry. Oh my goodness, I really want to do this reading. Pardon me. Okay, what can we see for how they are viewing you, how their best is brought to the forefront? Wow, they're really aware of their emotions. King of Cups, and this is the Five of Pentacles, which is the kind of left out in the cold or separation energy. So these masculines are incredibly aware of just how much depth of feeling they have for you when things go south or feel like they're not kicking off or deepening or can deepen. Maybe that's circumstances. They very much understand how much emotion comes to the forefront in their consciousness, and yet how composed they are. So in the past, they may have been more triggerable. When stressors would come into connections, they may have spazzed out. They may have done things that they regret, maybe even in this connection, but they are starting to see that with this safety, with this trust, that they can keep it under control, and that it's showing them how much they really do love because they are navigating this with composure. They're seeing how that, oh wow, this cough. They're seeing how that composure can show the best of them to you. You get the best of them. Friendship, I understand that a friend is in my life for a reason. Yeah, you haven't turned your back on them when they've crumbled. You've given them a hand and said, this way. There's that victory card. So yeah, this is the reveal. This is what warrants going all in, is this track record. Oh, I want to fight through this cough, everyone. Send me love through the quantum verse. Quantiverse. How are these masculines becoming more authentic? On the heart space. Yeah, they know that they're the only ones that will miss out if they hold themselves back. So where there's a will, there's a way. They're finding ways to overcome their limited thinking, their shortcomings. They're finding ways to grow. Loneliness. I know I'm never alone. So they know they're in this with you. And what a blessed opportunity to have a counterpart that can stride with them as they grow and continue growing together. Emperor. Yeah, this is the impeccable energy. They want to do this right. What can we see on the heart space for you? Empress and Two of Swords. Yeah, they very much feel like there is just a very particular righteous path forward with you because you deserve the best. This is causing your masculine to always seek for that impeccable truth, the impeccable best in any moment. I was waking up this morning and looking at these connections, these master strategists, looking at the connections and feminines, I just really got the download that these masculines care so much about how they step in these connections. And they put so much more intention, the majority of the time, into playing their cards right. So I got the sense that they are using strategy that they've learned from other aspects in their lives. Whatever their hobbies are, whatever their disciplines are, they draw from those experiences of success or not. I was even seeing gamers utilizing skills they've picked up in games to bring to this connection with you, and seeing the metaphor of strategy, that they've learned those ways. You know, they may not have learned strategies from their parents or whatnot, but with you, the way they handle this connection is precision, like being able to win a game of chess even, or whatever it may be. They want to, I mean, you're their empress and they are your emperor, and they want to match your stride. Only the best will do. If they go a little to the left or a little to the right, it's not a fit. And that's how finely tuned your alignments are. What can we see for their emotion? Adversity. I accept that challenges are the best way to learn. So some of the blockages, this Two of Swords, some of this talk of the perfect step at every given time has to do with external factors as well, but it can be about just growing with communication within this connection as well. But I'm getting with the timing and life happens, that they are learning. It is a holistic navigation. Sometimes, you know that sentence, we hurt the ones we love the most. Sometimes when we're under stress, we decompress by dropping the ball with those who are closest to us as a way to blow off steam. These masculines are understanding how not to do that. They're understanding the connection between triggers and outbursts. And instead of freaking out with you, they honor you. And they're seeing how much better that is to do than to freak out. Yeah, they're walking away from that flimsy way of weak energy navigating reality in a disintegrated way. What can we see for the manifestations they want to offer? This can be a 6-month card. There's a slow burn in the energy where they just want this track record of consistency and success, not just because they're looking at you as somebody they could take or leave, feminines, but because they are experiencing themselves coming into balance, and they're giving themselves a period of time to really balance out a more karmic way of navigating and coming into this composure, keeping their emotions under control. They've been protecting themselves from you because they haven't understood how to keep a balance within a love relationship before. 9 of Cups, yeah, they're wishing for this, which is keeping them on the straight and narrow, and they're enjoying getting to know themselves as somebody who can be more sure-footed, more consistent. Discipline, exactly. I can accomplish what I set my mind to. So hopefully you're catching these messages through the coughing. But yeah, these masculines are trying a new approach to life where they don't have to freak out, where they can be mature, where they can see themselves as having stepped into an energy that they're proud of. Oh, masculines, what can we see here? Yeah, there are a lot of people who know the old them, and a lot of reputation, a lot of setting the record straight, but new standards. So some people will have to be released. Old ways of being looked at. I just heard being a jerk, those kinds of things. If people are coming forward, these masculines are going to show the whole world a new version of them. They're going to stand up for what really matters, choosing their battles, I just heard. So there are some things that they want to show this best resilient side to, and then there are some things that need to be left behind. What are the masculine's actions? Yeah, they want to see the big picture, the deeper truth in everything. So they're dropping into more clarity in each moment. This connection has helped them slow down, take a deep breath, gather their wits about them, to be non-reactive in the moment, and to be responsive when they see the truths, when they comprehend the ways of looking at things that sit well with their soul, they can bring that to the forefront. So they're individuating from people-pleasing and other opinions and dropping into their own knowing. This is the action they're utilizing as their daily walk. This connection has helped them prepare for bigger challenges in their own lives, in their karmic lives. Empathy. I'm open to seeing both sides of the situation. Oh my goodness, I'm so sorry. So, empathy. I'm open to seeing both sides of the situation. So they're going to drop in and see how they are affected and affecting others from an objective point of view here before they talk about things with others. And that's not just with you, feminines, that's in their life in general. So they're going through things with other people where there are many people involved. This could be those rites of passage spoken about recently, but it can be friend groups. It can be so many things. As they level up, their standards, their mastery, their communication, their diplomacy is changing. Yeah, they're opening their heart and they're having many tower moments where they don't have to be attached to the things that used to feel like personal attacks. Victim, blame. What is the biggest challenge for these masculines? Healing their inner child, equal give and take, and not being swayed by, this is my karmic feminine energy. So I'm really hearing these masculines are realizing that they're outgrowing karmic past relationships, or if they are in any now with, any kind of strong feminine energy personalities, that can be just even platonic friendships or family members that they have kind of kept around that represent an abrasive energy. This can be letting go of hanging on to past lovers that were holier than thou and made the masculines feel disempowered. This can be the idea that they lose themselves in relationships and that a partner would railroad them in a connection. This is the healing of the inner child and the worthiness that doesn't align with critical partners or mean past partners, where they're no longer assuming that the feminine is going to be cutting or rude. So that's the challenge, is knowing that you're not going to bite their head off, or that you're safe, and just coming into the awareness of the safety here, because this is a divine connection, and divine feminines embody divine love, that the masculines aren't going to be like off with their head. Fear. I realize that I'm testing my resolve to live in the energy of love. Yeah, so they keep finding more and more love here, and it keeps continuing to be a challenge to stay brave, because anytime there's adversity or stress or any kind of roadblock that would have caused karmic feminine energy to berate them or be nasty in the past. Even if they were doing their best, they would get ambushed. That's not happening with you. So periods of no contact, not responding to messages, they're safe to be themselves. And in the past, when they would be in connections where things would overwhelm them and they would drop off, other karmic feminine energy would have bit their head off for it. And you're staying in your wholeness, feminines, and these masculines are realizing that with you, they don't have to keep a buffer, a barrier out of fear that you're going to turn on them. What can we see? Yeah. So just really look at where you feel that Queen of Swords energy of intolerance or, projecting or control issues where you're putting things on your masculine. And I'm not saying your masculine is perfect, but these masculines have huge hearts and they have been very, very abused in many ways. And so you may have also been karmic at some point in this Queen of Swords in the inverse, where with other partners, you might not have been kind. We don't have to enmesh and be codependent, though. When we stay in our own lane and manage our own balance, nothing anybody else does we take personally because we know it's on them. So this is like holding your peace and agreeing with yourself, feminines, that if you want your masculine in your life, it's going to be when it's balanced and real and true. And until that happens, let go of, all these false ownership templates and control templates. That's not the way to love. Just let everybody decompress from karmic life, I heard. Oh, I really want to bring this message through. I am so sorry again about my coffee, lovelies. What is the solution here? Perseverance, King of Swords. Wow, this is the masculine coming to the forefront, regardless of the fear of this karmic Queen of Swords. We've got the Knight of Swords coming forward when these beautiful healed overviews can come to the forefront. But masculines, as you go through this rite of passage to come into your own, you'll be in the leadership that speaks the truth and is able to confidently share, level-headed, balanced. This is precision decision-making and all the rest of it. When emotions are not making everything go awry, we can make some pretty beautiful choices for our lives with safety and assurance because we are in alignment. Failure in the reverse. I understand that a mistake is only an opportunity to learn. So these masculines have partnered or tried to align with energies that were not divine, were not balanced, were not in their truth. And now the masculines are realizing that those were just lessons to point them in the direction of their own inner knowing so that they know their worth. Yeah, feminines, leap of faith. So tread lightly or travel lightly. Leave all the baggage in the past and show up with new eyes. Don't fear getting enmeshed in codependency anymore. Just stay in this beautiful sweetness that if your connection can be met, you can meet each other in this very aligned, love-filled, authentic way, that you don't have to fear that things will go sideways. Any red flags can be easily and effortlessly seen objectively and tag teamed by the two of you so that you don't need to bring any of those reverberations from the past into this kind of an aligned relationship. And just remember that your masculine is shedding those layers of fear right now, that you're going to treat them like the rest did, that you're going to try and manipulate them or enslave them in some way, or that you are desiring to be their moral code. As they come into maturity, you don't have to be that for them. And they are stepping out of fearing that that's what relationships are made of, that they come forward and then they are harnessed and controlled. that is not what relationship is meant to be like. What is the direction in the near future? Letting go of the abandonment wound. So this isn't even just the rejection templates that keep us from coming in together. This is actually the abandonment wound that plays out when we're silently dying in karmic situations that have control paradigms and manipulation and codependency, self-serving agendas, manipulation. Five of Wands, this is very much letting go of feeling like that's all that relationship has to offer. Emotion, imagination. I embrace and nourish the creative aspect of my mind. So these connections are such that creativity can flourish. And this is the revelation that's happening next in these connections. Yeah, there's a rest period here where peace is coming in, peace is being restored. The competition within connections, the manipulation is being fully released, and these true, aligned, emotionally safe friendships are coming in as the baseline for excellence together going forward, because there isn't this agenda to manipulate and control under the surface. All right, many blessings. Bye for now.